Hello everybody, how's it going today? Today I thought it would be a fun idea to go over not only the history, but the how-to on how to make 5 simple at-home paper airplanes. It is a widely accepted fact that paper airplanes have their origins in ancient Chinese culture. I'm sure you've all heard of origami, which also has roots in ancient China. Today, we're more concerned with origami. We can factually trace paper airplanes back to the Civil War. Back then, in 1864, 39 years before the Wright brothers ever took flight, kids were flying what they called paper darts. A book entitled Every Little Boy's Book gave detailed instructions on how to make a paper dart that would make a graceful curve through the air. Castle's Book of Sports and Pastimes in 1881 instructed kids to use a, quote, good stout piece of paper, such as construction paper. Before the last century even began, people were using the paper dart the same way that they do today, to annoy people. This went as far as to have the 1881 New York Stock Exchange make anyone who threw a paper dart pay a fine of $10, which, according to an inflation calculator, is around $250 today. In 1993, an issue of Popular Mechanics throws a hint at what finally gave the paper dart the name paper airplane. A piece that outlined the development of new plane shapes entitled Airplane-like Dart Has Length-Wide Wings. The plane was just a prototype, but not 20 years later, reality caught up. By the 50s and 60s, paper airplanes were shaped like real planes thanks to the second-generation fighter jets. Today, origami is studied just as seriously as real aviation. Artistic objects designed to look real and upgraded to break records. So without further ado, here are 5 easy-to-make paper airplanes. First, we're going to start off with the paper dart, the original 1881 design. Simple. Just fold your paper in half, hot dog style. Step 2. Fold each corner to the crease, like so. Of course, do the same with the other side. They should line up at the bottom and make a perfect point at the top. Step 3, we're going to do basically the same thing again. Fold it into the crease so that the fold lines up with the crease. Just like that. Do it one more time on this side. Make sure all your paper stays in line, in that center line. Alright, step 4. Do it just one more time to fold right into the center line. You may have to mess with the tip a little bit. Alright, there's one. And we'll do the other side. Right into the center, like so. That's step 4 completed. Fold it in half for step 5. For step 6, we're going to flip it over and we're going to fold the 2 pieces that are sticking out. We're just going to fold them into the airplane. And then we're going to fold it in half again. Step 7. Fold out each side of the wings of the airplane, like so. There you go. The dart, all complete. For the second airplane, we're going to be doing the paper jet. This is a more modern design, modeled after some of the newer jets. What you want to do is you want to begin with folding it in half horizontally and vertically. Fold it in half both ways. So fold it once, unfold it, fold it in half the other way, like so, and then unfold it. And that's step 1. Step 2 is going to be like this. We're going to fold it this way and fold the other corner into the center line as well. For step 3, we're going to want to fold the top of this down to where the bottom line meets. Just like that. And go ahead and fold it down like that. Step 4 is a little more complicated. It's kind of how we did it with step 2. We're going to fold it so this line goes in line with the center. And then you guessed it, we're going to do exactly the same thing on the other side. Alright. So that's what you should have next. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to turn it over. Flip it on its belly. Bring the outside corner into the center line. Do the same with the other side. Like so. So they just meet right in the middle. So they're just touching right where my pinky is, right there. And you should have something that looks like this right now. So, the next step is I'm going to fold these in so they're not quite touching the center line, but you're folding it almost in half so that the new fold on the outside is going to be right down the middle here. So let's do this and I'll show you. Fold it right in half so it's kind of down the middle of the new triangle. There we go. So you should have something that looks a little bit like that. Alright, and then we're going to just fold this in half so that these two corners fold inside. Fold it in half like that. And then we're just going to fold it out kind of diagonally, not exactly straight. One, and the other side so it matches. Two. Perfect. And then we stick them out, bring these corners up just a little bit. Do it on the other side, bring these corners up. Alright. And there it is, the jet, all done. Number 3, the Bulldog dart. This next paper airplane comes from The Dangerous Book for Boys. I have had this book growing up. I've really liked it. And this is not an endorsement or anything, but if you want to go check it out, I'm sure you could find it at Barnes & Noble or something like that. But anyway, let's get started with the Bulldog dart. So first, what you're going to want to do, fold this sheet of paper, hot dog style, lengthwise, like so, to get the center line. Fold two of the corners up top into the center line, just like this. There you go. Turn the paper over and fold it in half from the center line again. Alright. Paper has to be turned over so it makes this kind of pattern right here. This X kind of pattern. And then what you're going to want to do is fold this back in on itself to make a snub nose. Make sure that's tight, because next you're going to fold it in half, like so. And then very basically fold the wings all the way down to where the snub nose ends, and straight. Do the other thing on the same side, or do the same thing on the other side, pardon me. Alright, and there we go. We got the snub nose, the Bulldog dart, all done. Number 4, the Harrier. This one also comes from the Dangerous Book for Boys. It's a little bit more of a complicated design, but I also think it performs well. So, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to begin the same way as the Bulldog dart, and you're going to want to fold it hot dog style, lengthwise. There we go. Alright. Perfect. Then you're going to want to fold the corners, same as the Bulldog style. And then you're going to want to fold this top triangle down here. Not quite to the bottom, but also so that you have a little bit of room here at the corners, but it's not quite all the way to the bottom. So you're going to want to do that. After that's done, go ahead, fold these corners down. The second set of corners, go ahead and fold them down. You should have something that looks like this now. Go ahead, take this little triangle that's still sticking out and fold it upwards to like envelop it, encase it. There we go. Should be folded upwards, like you can pick it up. Alright. Then what you're going to want to do, you guessed it, fold it in half. Now, of course, it's time for the wings. You're going to want to do the wings on this one diagonally. So starting from the very nose, just fold it in half. Do the same thing on the other side. Alright. And there we are. That's the Harrier, all finished up. Okay, for the fifth and final airplane, we have the Loopdloop. I like this one because if you're in a short amount of space, you can still throw it, and all it does is loop around it. It doesn't go far. So what you're going to want to start is the opposite way we've been starting, and to fold it hamburger style, or horizontally, or I'm sorry, vertically. I still get those two confused. Anyway, fold it like that, unfold it, and then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take this corner up here and fold it until it touches the center line. But you're going to want to fold it in such a way that the new crease ends at the bottom corner. So let's see if we can kinda, there we go. Alright, that wasn't too hard. And then we're just going to do it the same thing on the other side. It helps to match up with your crease. If you did it right the first time, should be no problem matching it up the second time. There we go. So just like that. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to fold this top part, we're going to fold it down about 1/2 inch. And then after that, we're just going to do it 3 more times. So, 1, 2, and 3. And next, what we're going to do is we're going to fold it in half. So now you got something that kind of looks like this. It's a little chunky and clunky, but that's okay. You're going to fold out the wing very slightly. You're only going to leave about a finger's gap when you fold, because the wing's going to be big. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Alright, not quite done yet. Next, what we got to do is we got to fold out, so fold it back in half. We got to fold out both wing flaps just a little bit. Fold it out like that. Do the same on the other side, only a little bit. Make sure it matches and fold it out like that. Alright, and then the very last thing, what we're going to do is, if you don't have scissors, it's okay to rip it a little bit. And we're just going to rip it like this. Make it fold up like so. You see how it's most of the wing? You're going to want to do that on both sides. Rip it. Rip it. Rip it good. Alright. There we go. So that's the Loopdloop, all completed and finished. Alright guys, thanks for listening to my history how-tos on paper airplanes. I hope you guys had a lot of fun making these. I certainly did. I want to go play with them now, as you should too. Let me know how yours turned out. You can find my Twitter description. Tweet me a picture. I want to see how yours turned out. Design them, do whatever you want to do with them. Send me videos of how they fly. Let me know. Just put them in the comments. Do whatever you want to do. I want to hear your feedback. Until then, have a fantastic day.